So we'll begin. As I said, Mr. Tubbs, the winner of the Republican primary earlier this year, a resident of Vacaville, you have 3 minutes.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you to the Vacaville Chamber for having us, and thank you, George Miller, for coming and giving us the opportunity to discuss the important issues before the Americans here in District 7. And it's those issues that we're going to talk about tonight, and you'll get a real good idea of the difference between the candidates. And I want you to know, my name is Rick Tubbs. I am running to be your congressman here in District 7. And as I've been going out on the campaign trail, I've talked to many wonderful voters out there. And there's really a gamut between the people. Some voters I go to and I say, I'm running for Congress. They ask me, are you the incumbent? And I say, no. They say, you have my vote. Others, they say, you know, George Miller's been there 35 years. There's a lot of experience. What do you have to offer? And tonight I want to share with you just a little bit about my experience and what I'll bring to the table when I'm your representative. Now, after 35 years, George Miller is the chairman of the Labor Committee. But has he been a union member? And the answer is no. I'm a proud member of the Airline Pilots Association for over 11 years. Has George Miller been a member of the military, the armed services? That important branch that puts their life on the line for freedom and our way of life? The answer is no. I have for 21 years serving the United States Air Force. Thank you.
Please again, Mr. Tubbs, moment, please. Please refrain from applause or any other type of verbal comments until the end. Thank you.
I appreciate it, and everybody in the military appreciates that applause.
Moderator,
We do not. Pardon
can
me?
you let him use your mic?
Microphone's bad.
So now working?
You need to speak directly. We've got a lot of back.
Okay. Bernice, do I get more time? All right. Has he been a small business owner? The answer is no, I have, and dealt with the regulations that come from Washington. Has he been an employee of any private company? And the answer is no. I have, flying for a major airline out of San Francisco. Has he been a leader? And as a member of Congress and legislative committees, I would say no. I have, after 21 years being a lieutenant colonel in the United States Air Force, leading men and women around the world, accomplishing great things for this country, including balancing a multi-million-dollar military budget for a joint command headquarters. And lastly, George Miller, who would vote to cut off the funds to support our combat troops in Afghanistan, has he ever been to combat? And the answer is no. I have. And these wings represent hundreds of combat hours flying into and out of Afghanistan. I know what combat is. I know what the sacrifice is. And I know that sacrifice is worth it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I offer you my experience to rely on when I go to represent you. And I will leave it to you to decide if that is enough up in Washington. Thank you.